Family and every one of you that have joined us online for the thought of the day at the Colombo Gospel Tabernacle online experience. I want to share with you a word of encouragement, a word of promise that is found in the book of Exodus 12 verse 13, where it says, "The blood will be a sign for you on the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. No distracting plague will touch you." We know that we are in the middle of a crisis. And to a people who also was going through and facing a great plague in their land, the people of Israel, God gave them an assurance of His protection if they would follow His instructions in staying put inside their homes. And here's the encouraging word and principle I want to share with you as a thought of the day today. God's protection is tied in God's principles. As believers, none of us are immune to crisis, to sickness, to disease, or to any calamity and trouble because we live in a fallen world. But in the midst of that, God assures us of His protections if we would follow His principles in His word. When the people of Israel followed the instructions of the Lord in staying inside their homes, they were assured of God's protection and they had God's protection. I want us to understand that instructions are not for restriction, but instructions are for protection. Those of us who are parents know this firsthand very well personally. When we give instructions to our children not to go to a certain place, not to do this, or not to touch that, or not to eat that thing that is harmful to them or dangerous for them, we are not giving our instructions for restriction, but for their protection because we love them. God today, through government officials and health specialists, have given us very specific instructions in taking preventive measures in protecting ourselves from the COVID-19 virus, protecting ourselves, our family members, and those around us. And we need to understand that when we follow God's principles, there is protection that every one of us can experience right where we are. And I want you to know, don't see being at home as a burden. Don't see being at home as boredom, but see it as a blessing. And we will talk about this another day in the thought of the day, how being where we are, there we can experience the blessing of God. But we pray that you would stay put, because in staying put where God has asked you to stay put for this season and time, there is a protection for you, your family, your community, and the nation. And there's a blessing that we get to experience in following God's principles. Pastor Roger and Therese, Tammy, and myself, we miss you all very much, and we long for the day where we can gather together, greet one another, and fellowship with one another. But until then, we want you to know we are thinking about you, we are praying for you. And if there's any way that Pastor Roger and myself can be a blessing to you, please do reach out to us. You know how to get a hold of us. Do reach out to us. We love you all. We miss you all. God bless each and every one of you.